Yo, what the fuck is going on? Welcome to My Favorite Lyrics, the podcast where we talk about music lyrics, except for when we talk about other stuff. And we already got into some other stuff today with our guests. You might have seen them on Welcome to Flatch.
Oh, and thank you for knowing that show.
Shout out to Welcome to Flatch.
Flatchheads.
Shout out to the Flatch community.
It's like not a camera there.
Yo.
I'm like looking at it, I'm like to no one.
Y'all might know them from Overcompensating.
Probably.
Season 2 on the way.
Season 2 on the way.
Welcome Holmes to the show.
I watched some clips.
Yeah, what'd you watch?
I watched like a little bit of Caleb's. I watched a little bit of Mary Beth Barone's.
Okay.
I think though just to get the idea. Because then I heard what?
White episodes.
Well, you know why? Because I heard you doing clips about how you were annoyed that white people kept bringing rap and like hip hop. So that is why I chimed in on 2 white ones. Yeah. I'm like when I search for podcasts, I'm looking for white.
Yeah, of course.
No, I wanted to be like, what did they do wrong? So I can, So but I think I did good today. We're talking about, some people who I'm sure you actually don't listen to, maybe.
And how are you? What makes you so sure that I don't listen to those?
I just can't see you.
What makes you so sure that I'm not familiar with some of those artists?
I can't see you listening. I know you're familiar with Fiona. I can't see you listening to Mitski in your free time.
Hold on.
Do you?
Hold on. I don't really, but I do feel like. Hold on.
It's much more of a vibe if you were walking around like this.
Give me 1 second, because I was telling them off mic. Hold on. I have exactly one Mitski song in my library.
I should guess it.
You will know it. You'll absolutely know which song it is.
Is it like, I absolutely know it. Oh, Best American Girl.
Wrong.
My Love is all mine.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a Mitski song, but no.
So you do like that one.
I do like that song.
That's her like, well, I'm trying to think of her happy ones or like her more punk ones. Cause I'm like, the ones that are just like sad girl, I feel like I can't see you vibing to very much.
I can get into sad white girl stuff. I can.
Sad white girl stuff? Let's talk about Mitski for a second. just so everyone knows, they put it where you can see yourself right in front of you. So I am gonna have to like have moments where I'm just like,
where you're just like peering at yourself.
What do you do when you look in the mirror?
What?
Like, are you checking yourself out?
Yeah. When I look in the mirror, I'm really just being like, oh, does my hat look stupid?
I feel like when I look in the mirror, it's like, are you okay? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels more like we go somewhere different. So if I keep checking in on her, it's like, we don't have time.
You ever look in the mirror to be like, oh, do I look as sad as I feel?
Yeah. I'll look in the mirror being like, you look just like, put it on, put it on. Like, is the right mask on? Do we need to go through the mask portfolio?
I'm about to go to work. I'm about to go to my job. And I know how I feel about going into that job, but I can't look like that outwardly. So just.
Totally. I used to always do a fake smile for a long time to get in a mood. Like, I would just be, before I left for work, be like, at home just to get there.
I feel like that's what killers do in the movies.
Well, we could use some more gender in that world, right? God, there's some people I wouldn't mind taking out.
I feel like the killer. I watched this movie called Magazine Dreams, which was this movie with it's this movie with Jonathan Majors. It was supposed to be his like big Oscar push movie. Mm-hmm.
Did people not watch it?
No, because it like got shelved because he had his whole controversy because he was. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
He was acting up. And so.
What was he doing again? So many guys do bad stuff that unless it's like in my own community, I don't really even pay attention sometimes.
He's putting hands
We're
on
like led by rapists.
Yeah. don't I know it?
We're led by rapists. That's like kind of my everyday. But if they're in the community, I love to tell people.
Yeah. And you
don't want to be raping around me, I'll tell you that much. I will be chatting on it.
That might be the name of the episode. Don't be raping around Holmes.
Don't be raping around Holmes. It will come up.
It will be discussed.
Well, because you know how sometimes like certain girls will be like, I can do like the alt scene and I can do the clubs. Yeah. Guys will pride themselves on that too. I feel like comedians will pride themselves on that. And I'm like, oh, it's not that I can't like talk to a farmer. It's that like I don't want to be around someone who raped my friend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can talk to like.
So I guess I'm not gonna be at that venue tonight.
It feels like, I don't like when it's talked about like it's about like I can't talk to people with different political leanings. It's more just like, no, like that guy raped my friend, so I probably don't want to like be like, come out to the store or whatever.
That is
the store is not the venue I'm talking about.
That is I have the sense of who you're talking about, and it's interesting. If it's the person that I'm thinking about, it's a guy who's doing incredibly well. It's a guy whose career is actually in an awesome spot.
I know.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't know that he like actually like raped our friend.
Yeah.
And so they actually think it's just like other people. So they'll be like, I've heard some stuff. And I'll be like, well, here's exactly what you will be hearing.
Here's the actual situation.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
We've covered ground that has not been covered on this podcast a single time. And
I'm having a good time.
And that's beautiful. That's all we can really ask for a guest is that they bring us
Something new.
To a new zone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start requiring that from people. Bring several songs and also take the podcast into the space. It's never been before.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah,
I also sent a good catalog, and she kind of was like, let's just lock in on Mitski, which I thought made sense.
Shout out to Carmen.
Which I think it made sense because it was getting,
wait, you never guessed my Mitski song. Should I tell you?
No.
Yeah.
Let me get, I get 2 more guesses.
Okay.
So it wasn't Your Best American Girl. It wasn't My Love's All Mine.
I'll give you a hint. It's from 2018. I don't know if that helped.
I mean, it should. Is it like, because I'm like, it's 2018.
It's from the album Be the Cowboy.
In a lot of ways, my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. It's from Be the Cowboy. Is it like Only Heartbreaker or something? You would be. You'd be like, I'm the only. You are Heartbreaker. Are you?
The song is.
Say it now.
The song is.
I'm going to be shook from this.
Nobody.
I, of course, should have known that. You know what's crazy is that was actually my favorite one for so long. But do you like, I don't know if it's inappropriate to say this, but I'm basically, whatever. Do you like when you like have a song, I was going to say like you stemming out on a song where you're like listening to it on repeat over and over and over.
I've heard that before. I'm saying lyrics to myself. That's part of why this podcast exists. Because every single day there is like a lyric or like a couple bars that are like really stuck in my head.
Oh, like do you listen to the song only on repeat? Like in the car when it ends, will you be like, oh, you don't drive? Do you drive?
I have before.
I keep checking on them. Do you? I
don't have a car.
Are you when you're on the train or whatever? Are you like if you're on a song Obsessed? Will you listen right back again?
Yeah, sometimes.
So when I overdo it because I do that a lot, where it's like I have like, where it's like it's kind of like concerning. I'll like listen to a song all day long, just one song, but then I tire it out. And I did it so many times that it almost like has now gone somewhere else for me. Because I was so obsessed with it.
That's what Nobody was for you?
I listened to Nobody so many times, and then I wrote a play in Chicago with my friend, and we actually opened the show with that song playing too. So then I related to that, and it was just like, and that's actually something I love about Mitski, is that I feel like some of her songs are like very, just like the lyrics are really like obvious and like blunt, and it's just like, oh, I just like felt really nice to hear someone say that exact thing I'm feeling, even though there's not really like, you don't have to read into it much, which I feel like kind of nobody feels like that to me a little.
It's right there.
But then some of her songs I feel like do take a little bit more interpreting, which she just dropped a new one and I thought it was in perfect time for the episode.
Oh, what's the new Mitski?
It's called Where's My Phone, which is something that I feel like it relates so strongly to how I'm feeling right now. But I don't want to skip the order of the podcast. Am I hopping into my artist way too soon? We're supposed to be chit-chatting about life.
It can go wherever we want it to go.
Well, how's your day out of 10? Like, are you in a good mood? Or are you like putting on a big mask for me?
No, I'm actually, it's been a pretty chill day. It's been like a very work forward day for me. I feel like it's been a lot of like emails and like hopping on Zoom calls. We've also been doing live streams, or not live streams. We've been doing like live chatting of like when the new episodes pop off. So if y'all are listening every single Tuesday at noon for at least the next 6 weeks, or until I get tired of doing it. I am going to be hopping in the chat, so y'all come chat with us. If a lot of y'all don't go in there, I'm going to stop doing it. So I'm going to need you because sometimes I go in there and it straight up hurts my feelings.
You're hanging out with two guys.
Because nobody's in there and that shit feels bad. So I'm just saying, if y'all enjoy me chatting with y'all on the live stream, I'm going to need y'all to get involved and get active. Next Tuesday, we going to be there. I don't know who the guest is, but just... whatever Tuesday is next, we're going to be doing that.
Yeah, check in Tuesday. What else are you even doing? This is on Instagram or something?
It's on YouTube. I'm not supposed to be on there.
Okay, no.
I'm supposed to do my job. I just want to go to work and then go home. I'm just trying to make enough money that like I don't have to look at the check when the bill comes.
That's are speaking to literally, I mean, this is my whole thing, and it's why like you'll probably regret having me on this one because we'll see if I'm online when it comes out. You know what I mean?
Sure. No, you might not be accepting that collab post.
I just collabed for my first whatever for like 1 second just because I like really talked about these two guys that I wanted people to hear about where like for the most part I don't, and it has nothing to do with, I love all the podcasts that I'll be on. I'm not meant to be online in the same way. I'm not like, my relationship with social media is very much like it is such a, I already am someone whose focus is very scattered.
I'm feeling that.
Yeah. You're like, I wish you'd lock in where I work. So how about we lock in right here? I feel it's something that I like about myself, but it is also hard sometimes. I mean, and I think that with the internet, there's so much to focus on. They really took my attention completely, which is why the song I think is so good. I would like us.
Whoa, great transition.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would like us at some point, but we don't have to because she put out a music video with it and it's not very long. And
You'd like to watch it?
Because I only watched it one time last night high.
Okay.
And it was one of those things where I was like, before I say what I think it's about, I am curious what your interpretation of the music video would be. We don't have to.
Interesting.
We don't have to.
I wish I would have known this beforehand.
I know. I should have texted. But we live, we learn. So we don't have to. But the lyrics are very much simple of just like, should I pull them up?
Wait, do we have these lyrics? Which song is it for? Or
this is brand new. I didn't know this was happening.
This is for a new one. Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, look, you didn't practice what you were going to say about it.
No, I never do that.
You're like, we didn't prep it. Okay.
Literally, the only time I've actually, one of your songs I do have some takes on, but that's just because I have takes on this artist in general.
Mitski.
No, it's Tech 9.
Did you? Okay, you read this.
I did.
Okay, so we'll talk about this for a sec.
Okay.
And then we'll get back to Where's My Phone, because I'm very excited about that. Well, so I found some like mix CDs in, I don't know, like maybe my mom's garage or something that were from obviously when I was in high school. And so I put one of them in my car and there was a song on it. And it was just like the whole thing was this guy like telling a story and he was like, put her in the trunk. And it was like all about like putting this like woman in a trunk, basically like, kind of killing her and putting her in a trunk or something. I don't know if he even kills her. I didn't really listen to it before this. But then when we were at Caleb's house and you guys were talking about how he brought up Tech 9, I was blown away because I was like, I think the main song I know is that one.
Is the Put Her in the Trunk.
This is the Put Her in the Trunk. So what are your feelings about this?
Look,
is there a different meaning to it that I'm missing?
No. It's not even that there's a different meaning. It's really just like I already feel bad about saying this because I met Tech 9 and he was actually mad cool. But it's just like on a musical level, it's like he's just kind of, to me, he's like a black guy who's doing the same. Him and Eminem got the same fan base. You know what I'm saying? It's all guys that you went to high school with that you know are looking forward to being in the Marines. It's like that. That would like
maybe want to hit a girl but are really talented or something. It sucks. That chapter is so tough. I hate those guys where it's like, you're good at what you do. You want to hit me.
Yeah. He's frustrated. Like, it's like truly.
It was catchy.
I went to high school.
Put her in the trunk.
And I went to high school with a dude who left high school a year early so he could go like overseas to like fight somebody. He like wanted to go to like Kuwait. And he left high school early, and that's the type of person that I imagine listening to Tech 9. Be like, put her in the trunk with like a.
The craziest thing to me is that like who put it on my mix at 14? You know, like because somehow it was on my. I think that there were so many songs we listened to growing up that like we didn't actually process what it was saying, and it was much more just like it's catchy.
Are you familiar with a song called Too Close?
How's it go?
Girl, I know you're lying. I get so excited.
Yes.
That is a song that I heard for the first time when I was probably 7 years old and knew truly every single word. And then I became a teenager. I hit like 15 or 16. And the whole song's about when you're dancing next to a woman and you're getting hard while you're dancing with her.
Literally, this is the thing.
That's the whole thing.
And we just don't know.
And I'm sure my parents was furious with me. I was literally in the, I get so excited.
Yeah.
Ooh, how I like it. I try, but I can't fight it.
But they're listening to it too. I feel like sometimes it's like in the car, like were your parents like did your parents care about you hearing inappropriate stuff at a young age?
Yeah, my family's really Christian.
Oh, God
I come
bless.
from like very Christian people, so it's like they really was. It depended on what mood they were in. My dad would kind of let me rock, but my mom, she would be like, "No, we listen to gospel in the whip."
What? Okay, well then there's some really good gospel, right?
No, there's some good gospel tracks, but it's just like, of course, when you're 9, you don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
You're like I want to talk about my boner, bitch.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
can we swear?
You could say whatever, fuck, shit, piss, all of that.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
wait, do you ever listen to religious music at home now?
No, never.
No, it doesn't come on.
But like, that's not because. I don't know. I do have an appreciation for gospel because like my parents listened to it and I like went to a lot of church where like I enjoyed it, but I don't really want to hear it outside of that context. Because I feel like so much of my affiliation with listening to gospel music was being like 10 and being like sleepy and like trying to take a nap at church, which obviously my mom was not fucking with. She hit me with a pinch. Now I'm getting pinched. I'm getting like poked. I'm getting like slapped in the back of the head.
She get your ear? Where'd she get you?
Arm. She hit me like, she get like the back of that arm.
Pinches are so intense too. People don't use pinch enough.
No.
People, because it looks like so pussy to do a pinch, but it's like, that really can hurt.
No, I think it's a nice in-between like you not fully like socking somebody out, but you letting them know that you're not really happy with the way they operating.
Totally. My mom said one time this girl was being mean to me when we were growing up. I didn't really clock it. And she like went behind her and she pinched her shoulder really big and she whispered in her ear and she goes, I know what you're about. To the other girl. And I was like, that was really not okay for you to do.
What did the girl do when this happened?
I think she looked scared and we didn't hang out much after.
I would bet.
She probably told her mom. I don't fucking know.
That's beautiful.
I know. It is. Whatever. But okay, so you don't like gospel now. I don't really listen to religious music very much too. No. But sometimes I love a ballad, which can remind me of it.
Can I ask you what a young Holmes was bumping? You had the Walkman.
Yes.
Did you probably a CD player? I'm imagining a portable CD player.
I also just want to give you a compliment, which is like, I love this idea for a podcast so much. And I'm just really glad you're doing this because I was in kind of a foggy mood and felt scattered today. I had like a bunch of different random work stuff. And on the way here, I was like, oh, I'm just excited to talk about music. This is like something I would just do with a friend.
I appreciate that.
So thank you for doing it.
Yeah.
Growing up, I feel like the first time I'm remembering, well, the first like memory of music I have is my mom would always sing. My mom was like depressed growing up, but she would sing Goo Goo Dolls to me while she would help me get ready. And she'd be like, and I don't want the world to see me. And I'd be like, all right, mom. So that was the first one, Goo Goo Dolls.
That shit hits. You really talk about some sad white people shit that hits.
Goo Goo Dolls.
Because I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
So that was my mom getting me ready for school and stuff.
That's good.
And I was like, Mom, like I love you to death. And then I feel like when I actually started making choices, it would be like, well, I remember getting ready in middle school with the boombox, and I remember on the radio what was going on. It was like, Neo So Sick and like Stick With You Pussycat Dolls. And I loved So Sick. I would listen to that stuff, which like the lyrics are actually kind of pretty dumb if you look back, but like it still hits. If it comes on, I totally go back.
That's Neo in a nutshell. You know, he's saying some stuff that's pretty stupid, but it resonates. He's like a masterful like pop writer.
I love
Neo, and also like just a collection of hats that I feel like few men in the entertainment industry could really match.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? The amount of new front-facing Kangol that man put on, not that many people could really touch what Neo had going on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my nigga was dancing with an umbrella. Anytime you start dancing with an umbrella
was coming out
with a forward-facing newsboy cap, you kind of you believe in yourself in a big way, in a way that
he should.
We want to make fun of him, but that's actually just because we know that we can't be what he is.
Neo meant a lot to me in the middle school days, and then but it's like that was all boombox, and then when I started actually having like music where I could pick it on, what was I fucking using? An iPod. I was using an iPod. Yeah, I would listen to. Do you know the band The Format?
I don't know the Format.
It was like
so just.
I
don't want to get us too distracted.
No, I need to see this.
I just want to bring up Neo's hat situation.
If I saw you in one of these, I would check in.
And here's what I'll tell you is like probably around like 2015, 2016. Pharrell was wearing like a big kind of like park ranger hat. And then a lot of men, like well-to-do black men at that time, LeBron, various NBA players were wearing. You remember these kind of like it's sort
you said park ranger?
Yeah. Remember when Pharrell had that big ass hat?
I want to see exactly what you're talking about before.
Hold on.
Yeah, Chris like pulls us out. We're like, all right.
Yes.
I want to see it to make sure that I know, because the other one you're just talking about, I do know.
This guy right here.
I'm remembering this.
Yeah. And so like I lived in Austin still. I will say I went to a hat store.
And you got one.
I didn't get one, but it also wasn't as insane because I'm not Pharrell. So I knew I had limits, but I did.
Sorry, it looks so funny. If it wasn't Pharrell, we would laugh.
Of course. It's even now we're still kind of laughing. It's still it's a silly ass hat.
I know, but I do like it. It really makes me like him.
Yeah, but he's Pharrell. You know, and that's one of those, sometimes like somebody who's cool like that will do some shit and then they'll make somebody who's far less cool think that they could do the same shit. And so I really couldn't afford it. That's mainly the thing that if I had $500 to spend on like one of them brimmed hats,
it's expensive to height.
You feel me? Every inch that's $100. That's a new price bracket.
Literally, what's in there, right?
I went to one of those stores and I put on one of these hats and it looked ridiculous on me in a way that I was like, oh, so this is just not who I'm destined to be. And I really had, so you know what I'm saying? And Neo puts a hat on like that every single day of his life. And imagine how much sauce you got to have internally to be like, I'm stepping forward. I'm stepping forward in the hat that I got, and I don't care what y'all think about it.
I want to be like that though.
Neo, come on the podcast. Neo, if you're listening,
would you rather have Neo or Pharrell? You have to pick one.
I feel like I should say Pharrell.
Probably.
I feel like I should want Pharrell, but I do think it'd be fucking tight if I had Neo on the podcast. Neo, if you're listening, and we know that you are, please come on the show. Neo,
you mean a lot.
I will buy whatever type of hat you got. I will put the exact same type of hat on. And we can have a ball. I think
you could have pulled this off. Are you kind of shy with your fashion choices? Look at you, all black on black.
This is not. I feel like I'm very conservative today. This is more conservative than usual.
You'll do a big splash.
I'll take some swings.
I feel like I always know you're always dressing nice, but I didn't know if you feel like, are you scared to take a big swing or not really?
No, I will take a swing. Okay. I'll try some shit. When I was in college, do you remember when Frank Ocean was wearing that bandana around?
Yes.
I used to have that bandana in college. So
you were
I'm not impervious to trying some shit.
You love Frank Ocean?
I do.
I
do. Frank Ocean, if you're listening and we know that you are, pull up to the pod, man.
Pull up to the pod.
I don't.
Dream guest?
I have no idea I have no idea if he's funny or not. I don't really know. We don't know much about his personality. He's like very mysterious, but.
When you go on people's podcasts, do you feel pressure to be funny?
Of course. I feel pressure to be funny on this.
See, that makes sense. And I'm not caring. See, like on this one, I felt very much like we can talk about music. I don't even need to be, but I'll try to pick it up.
No.
No. Yeah. I'm like juggling and shit.
No, but it's only because like on a certain level, we're all doing podcasts so that we can clip it and like put it somewhere so we can like.
That's why I can't do it online.
That's like the whole thing. That's like this is the reason why I have a podcast, because I was like, I got to start putting stuff out.
But people just like to hear about music and stuff too. So people are just gonna listen to this and like, you know what I mean? But you're right, and you're funny all the time.
But I'm also like, sometimes I'll be talking.
I hate clips.
The other day it sucks.
I'm just like, God, everyone's brain is busted. You wonder why my focus is fucked? It's like, I don't know, because everyone's telling me to do fucking 15 seconds. Well, I do it way less, and people are like, you're not good at this, and I'm like, well, figure it out. I don't know what you want from me.
You know what I'm saying? You was on network television.
This is the thing. This is cool. I'm glad you did it in this way and not just being like, you know what I mean? This is like.
I got a thing.
Yeah, that's important too. Yeah. You gotta I don't know. That's something I remember the most growing up when I finally got a laptop. My first favorite thing when I had a laptop was like looking up the lyrics of every single song on an album and just like studying them, because you're like, I get to do like. That's the kind of shit with like attention span, you know?
It's tough. I just got one of those. I got one of those like devices that like shuts off like Instagram.
You got the brick?
I got the brick.
I can't believe they're making money on that shit.
I got a brick.
When people are talking about the brick, I was picturing this like.
I was just talking about how I'm really happy that I have it. I was just like, oh yeah, it's really cool that I got one of these. I think it's been really helpful for me. I'm just like, what a dumb fucking idiot. Anybody who has one of those is one of the stupidest people I've ever seen in my whole fucking life. Have some self-control. What's wrong with you? Why can't you get your shit together? You're stupid. You're a dumb seal.
Call it a brick.
You're clapping like a seal. You're an idiot.
Yeah, that's me. I literally also.
No, that's you saying. That's what you're saying to me.
Well, I'm just like that fucking dude. Like at home, he's like, everyone's addicted. I bet I can I just like can't believe someone's making money off of our addiction now.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know, because I think it is smart. My friend has one. When I pictured it, everyone was like, I'm doing the brick.
Yeah.
I pictured it as this like.
I did too.
And then I my friend's house. I was like, fucking dinky ass little bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like this little goofy thing.
It's like 2 inches. Yeah.
I could totally benefit from it. I delete mine fully off my phone. You
just take it all the way off?
I delete it off my phone, so then I have to fully re-download, and.
It makes you think about it.
It makes you think about it, and it also makes me realize how much my thumb goes to click it.
Brother, that's literally why I had to get one.
Okay, we have to talk about the Where's My Phone thing for a second, I think, because her new song is called Where's My Phone, Mitski's, and it...
I'm gonna look up
Look it up. Look up the lyrics. Do you ever, like, if you only are caught in a situation with the string headphones, will you, like, share one and listen one each? I saw someone on the train doing that on the way here, and I was like, I want to ask if Devon does it.
I'm not romantic. Well, also, like, if...
It changes the song.
If I have my headphones, I'm probably alone. You know what I mean?
You don't listen to music together unless it's out loud. Like
Yeah. It would be like that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. What about you? You're sharing?
No, I actually have had people who want to, and I think it's cute.
Are you with somebody?
No.
Okay.
But I'm like, so who the fuck can I share with? If I'm not with someone. No.
Are you looking?
I'm dating casually right now, yes. And I would say it's a learning curve for me too. I oftentimes get very big crushes on friends, and I've dated a lot of friends in the past, and then I took time off because I was like, okay, like it's also just, it's hard with our jobs to date people.
Well,
I feel that immensely. So then this actually all relates to Mitski in a big way, because I thought, how many times have you been in love?
Bring it back around. I probably
look. He doesn't want to get vulnerable on his own pod. You have to.
No, it is. I'm not very vulnerable on this, in this way specifically.
You don't have to.
I've been in love probably 4 times in my life. This
means the world to me.
Why?
Because I've been in love 4 times, and I thought that was pretty normal, especially when I was at 3, and then I started talking about it in stand-up sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I also even did this person on the street thing one time where I was asking how many times people have been in love. Mm-hmm. And all these people, then it actually isn't that high. A lot of people say 2, 1, or whatever. What I love about Mitski so much is that I feel like a lot of artists, when they talk about love, it's always kind of big anger or I don't want to see you again. Yeah. Or and I feel like or about one true soulmate kind of vibe a lot.
Yeah, the one that got away or unrequited. I was in love with them, but they weren't in love with me.
Yes.
That stuff sells.
It does, yeah. And I think obviously because a lot of people are going through that and we're sort of on to our next love. Yeah. I think that Mitski it feels like we kind of grew up together because we are similar ages. And at first her albums were very much towny, I want a love that falls as hard as a body from a balcony. She was very much I want to love so much, really almost where I questioned at moments where am I a love addict? Went to a meeting, I don't have it. But all this to say where it was kind of, she was very much I want to feel more, love me more. She talks about it a lot, more and more and more. And then what I like about it is her past loves, specifically the song Star, I really like the lyrics of because she talks about her past loves not as I hate that happened. I don't want to see you again, but much more how that was worth knowing that could even happen was worth something, and I can see them and I don't know, when she relates them to stars of they've traveled very far, that song just makes me cry really hard because most of my past loves except for one I genuinely really I love them kind of forever. And I don't it's not I'm not in love with them in this way where I want to date them, but I do it feels different than any other relationship, and I think she really, her music lets me feel like that's normal.
That's beautiful.
Do you feel like that about your past loves, or you don't have to get into that? Look.
No, I 1,000% I do. I think I think if my first ever real girlfriend from the end of high school, kind of on and off all throughout college is
that's a big thing.
You know what I'm saying? But so we spent all this time together. It was the first real relationship I was ever in. Mm-hmm. And now she's married and she got 2 kids. And she was in New York with her husband, and she asked me if I want to go to dinner. And I was like, yeah. I was I got it. You know what I'm saying? We don't obviously she got a whole family. We don't talk like that. Yeah. But I was telling him you do, that person still does mean a lot to me because we had so much together at a time. Yes. And I do feel that persists. Even if it's yeah, we're not gonna we're not in love anymore. We're living different lives. You know what I'm saying?
You're making sure you're and I love you're her husband is a gentleman and a scholar. No, but I really relate to this.
But yeah, I was of course, I want to hear what's up with you, even if I talk to you every 2 years. Although I will say she hit me up the other day and she was like, hey, I want to start taking improv classes. And I was like, oh no.
You're you going through some shit?
Yeah, I was I'll support you in a lot of ways, but
I know
I wonder if she listens to this.
One of my exes texted me kind of late and was hi, how are you the other night? And I was when it's past 10:30, I'm always what's going on,
Sure.
No, I'm kidding. It's actually it's pretty, I feel they're mostly pretty normal, but it, I want to look at the exact lyrics of that one though really quick of how she explains it, because just calling them Star feels is that normal to do? Am I allowed to pull them up like this?
This happens all the time.
Okay, good.
Wait, where's my phone lyrics? I have them up right now.
Okay, we're going to do that in a second, but
this is a different, okay.
This is just the one about Star, because I feel it explains Star, Mitski, and it feels it would sound so cheesy, but the sound of it and the lyrics to me are so I don't know how I feel about. I'm which part do I want to read? Remember when we met, we acted like 2 fools. We were so glad to have found it. In that part, and then she's I'm just gonna read one more phrase. That love is like a star. It's gone. We just see it shining. It's traveled very far. I'll keep a leftover light burning so you can keep looking up. Isn't that worth holding on? And for me, so glad to have found it is the part that really, I don't know, it. That is the part that always confuses me when people hate past loves or something, because I'm knowing that feeling can happen is I don't know. It just feels every time it happens, because it is the older you get, you're it's kind of rare.
Yes.
And absolutely. It doesn't have to do with someone rocking always. It has to do with this weird, they have rock, but then also you have to have this
And I feel like the older you get, well, I guess I'm generalizing, but I feel like the older you get, the more like closed off you can become to that. That is the cool thing about like, again, my first ever girlfriend was like from basically on and off from the time I was like 18 to the time I was like 22. Mm-hmm. And it was like the most unhealthy relationship I've been in for sure.
Because you were 18 to 22.
But everything feels so new and you don't have any like bruises from any other shit. So you're like, I'm here.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you get older, you got more loves, and you're like, oh, I don't really fuck with that kind of thing.
It's like townie.
You start closing little doors off, and then like, you know, and then it takes longer and longer because you've seen more shit to like open yourself up that amount. And I feel like, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I couldn't. No, you can interrupt me back all the time. I'm an interrupter. I have to have friends even be like, stop. But I mostly hang out with people who interrupt too.
Sure.
Because we're always just running.
Yeah.
Did you get pissed at me?
No, it's fine.
I'm like,
you're a good podcast guest.
He's like, let it soak in. No, I can just tell that you see me when I have eager thoughts, but it doesn't mean that I'm still with you talking too.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I felt you being like, it was like double dutch. You were like,
I'm under here.
You're like, here it is.
I didn't get to work out today yet, so I didn't get to get that energy out. You know, I'm going to get on the Stairmaster right after this.
Whoa, you be on the stairs like that?
Oh, I love the stairs. 40 minutes on the stairs, I can sit still.
Oh my God.
You can't do 40 minutes on the stairs?
I don't never want to be on the stairs. Wait a second. Hold on. Damn, we really got ADD for real.
I know. Do you have it?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, so glad to have found it. Okay.
Here's what I was really about to say though. As I was like, you're so clearly homies with Molly because like y'all and we're having Molly next week.
Molly's gonna be the best.
But it's like you and Mal, it's y'all remind me of each other so much.
That means the world.
That little sing-songy thing, that little sing-songy when y'all sing like a point the charm.
Malls and I have the song. It's actually funny. My first boyfriend, Max, who was, very similar, just an amazing first love. But I can't believe he forgave me. Like sure. I was truly like, he needed a support group. I was such a battle to date. But he, when he was in town here, we're like really good friends now. And he's married, and he saw Mal. I sent him to see Molly do stand up, and he texted me after, and he's like, "Well, y'all are friends."
Yeah.
And it was like because I'm sure they were like sing-songing, but yeah, I love Molly so much.
Also, you were talking about falling in love with your friends, which is another thing that I've known Molly to do. Is this a friendship? I'm not saying y'all specifically, but I'm like, is this feels like a symptom of
Malls would actually probably fucking be so pissed if I said Molly and I have never been in love, but yes, we both fall in love with friends. Mm-hmm. And Malls, we used to do a joke we used to run a mic in LA called Skin Tag with a group of friends, and I think Molly kissed everyone in the group but one.
Awesome.
And it was because mine happened when we were babies in Chicago. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll ask Molly if we have to cut this, but I think that they'll think it's really funny.
Mal also gets drunk and is very kissy. Mal wants to kiss everybody.
Well, so this is what we'll see if they let me say, because I think it's so funny. Yeah. Is like when we were in Chicago days, I was like about to get with my first girlfriend, but like I was like unclear. It was messy. And Molly and I were kind of flirting, and we were like drunk and out. And Molly was like, I think they even texted me. They're like, meet me in the bathroom. Something like that. So I'm so I'm thinking I'm gonna get like pushed against the wall, whatever. I get in there and Molly's like, hey. You know what I mean? And it was like literally so fucking like sweetie, where I was like, you can't be like, meet me in the bathroom and then be like, doop-a-doop-a-doop, And we always joke about it now. We never kissed after that. But we have stayed friends. We do fall in love with friends. I just like when I'm on a date with a stranger, I'm just like, how are you? But what I love about what you were just talking about with like the guard thing, that's how I feel like I grew up with Mitski too, because like with her albums, they'd go like that. Like they'd be all these love songs about like, I want to feel so much. And then it would be like, then all of a sudden you get into like her song, literally Stay Soft. And it's all about like, stay soft, you'll harden up. And I feel immensely that I did the 4 loves. And then now I have not been in love for a few years because I was like, okay. I was like, that was a lot. And I love so much. But I also love dopamine because we have ADD. And so I think that leads us to where's my phone, because I feel like that is maybe
incredible transition
part of it. I don't know. I'll pull the lyrics up too.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah. To me, it has a couple layers.
Here, I got it on here.
Okay.
Here, you.
What do you want me to do?
You talk about whatever lyrics. Give the lyrics to the people.
I should have watched this part more.
And then give,
What do I do? I read. I mean, there's not very many. Should I just read them?
Whatever part of the song you want to talk about, we can talk about. And just read the lyrics to the people so they know.
You're like, perform it. Okay, I'm going to do the chorus and then verse 1, because I think there is only one verse, and then does the chorus again. Okay, so where did it go? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where did I leave? Where'd I go? Where'd I go? And then the verse is, a woman always on the street called me a ditch on my block, she said. I just want my mind to be a clear glass with nothing in my head. I keep thinking, surely somebody will save me. At every turn, I learn that no one will. I just want my mind to be a clear glass with nothing inside. And then it does it again. So I have a couple layers to this.
Okay.
One, and once again, I just heard this song. Mitski fans, very excited. We have a new album coming out. I loved it right away because I have been struggling immensely with my Devon, like fully texting during while I talk about it. Devon's like, yeah, you're so fucking sexy, baby. I can't wait to see you after this. It's like, lock in. He's like ordering a burrito or something. What's going on?
Literally, I told a friend to meet me after
for
this
food,
and I sent her to the wrong place, and she's
calling. She's calling.
Is she really?
Let's accept.
Oh no, this is a different friend. This is my friend Jackie.
Jackie Rosa.
Yeah, that's
Rosa
work.
Sosa.
That's work stuff.
Okay, rhymes. Okay,
it is tight that
that's really cool. I wish my
she'll
name
love
rhymes.
that she got this shout out.
Shout out. Okay,
yo, shout out Jackie. Anyway, no.
And just so you know what happened now I see your entire calendar, and it like took the lyrics off.
I got a lot of stuff.
I know, literally. Look. Insecure.
Hold on.
Okay, so I think you struggle with your phone as well.
Yeah, of course. That's why I did get the brick.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. I think that it came at a perfect time. I think that how I first heard it before I even watched the music video was like, where did it go? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where did I leave? Where'd I go? Where'd I go? I felt like it was like, I processed it first as like, first off, like what a nightmare that I'm addicted to this thing. But also like who was I before this became this like full addiction where like I'm like anytime we're alone with our thoughts, it's like how people joke about that they can't like poop or whatever, you know, because without like having their phone. So at first I went very much there with it of just like and also I don't know if you feel this as a comedian, but like my phone and being on the internet has made me think so much more about how I am perceived versus what I actually think. And I think that the anxiety within the song really, I felt like was playing with that of like, where did the other part of me go?
Yeah.
And then the last thing I'll say for the verse or whatever is when I'm curious, I wanted Devon to watch the music. Well, I said this I want you to watch the music video and say what you think, but you can text me about it later because I don't want to put pressure on you to like watch it.
Okay.
But I only watched it once last night, but it has this kind of younger girl in a mirror, and Mitzi's kind of like touching her and looking at herself a little, and she's looking a little manic, and then they kind of get like violent towards this guy at the end. I need to watch it again.
Whoa.
But to me, because there was a lot of layers going on, but what I felt right away and what I feel when I read this is that a huge part of where did I go is like, I would say growing up moms and stuff, especially I feel like in white culture actually are very much like, because you're so close to being like, you know, the white male, they're like, be skinny. They're like, it's like the eating disorder in white families is really bad on women, I would say, in a way that it's like, it's embarrassing, but it's very like my mom, like we like had money for food and there wasn't food, you know? And it's like, what's going on?
Sure. It wasn't even a resources issue.
It was like be skinny so you can succeed, which we're seeing a lot of obviously now. And I feel like now with the internet, I would say once I healed from my eating disorder that I had from like 21 to 26 or something, I didn't think about what I looked like really at all. And I actually had 3 of my big loves then, and they were the most beautiful. And I like really was very myself. And so when I read her talking about like, I want my mind to be clear glass. I want to be clear glass. I'm sure this could not be how she wrote it, but how I interpret it. And her looking at the young girl and stuff is how much our phones have made women think, I would say take up so much of their brain space thinking about how to look like a young girl look young and clear and have nothing to think about at all except what do I look like? And even how they'll use like glass skin, like that's a big like selling point.
Is it?
And it's like, oh my God, they'll call it glass skin. Your skin's like glass. And it's like this now, these phones that they say you look at your phone like half your life now or something depressing, that it's like literally are like, we all have now become like, not only has it stolen all of our attention from things we care about, now we also are only thinking about literally becoming not even human anymore, sort of like, where did I go? That's how I interpreted it. And it's like men's fault.
I mean, it's kind of always that.
I just think, but also it's I just like that she's fucking talking about phone, because like, where's my phone? That's like an ugly lyric.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
And it's like, because these are ugly.
And you don't like how it feels when you're looking for it. Especially the nastiest that I ever feel, I feel like, is like when you wake up first thing in the morning and you're like, phone, like I'll fall asleep. I'll listen to like a podcast like to go to sleep. And I'll wake up and my phone will just be in my bed. And there's been times where I wake up and the first thing I do is you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, this is like what somebody who like smokes crack does. Like this is like literally first thing in the morning. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. And I won't get a glass of water. I won't brush my teeth. I'll be like, where's my thing? So I could like, it's the last
Kevin's like, I don't brush my teeth.
Nah, not first thing at least. Yeah, because I'm gonna need to look at this for a smooth 25 minutes. And it's like now that I'm getting off socials, now I'm better about like, at least I'm like, now I'm like reading. So I'll like read articles and shit like that, like check the news and shit like that, which makes me feel better than scrolling. But sometimes like I will just wake up and that's like, it feels gross to me. I'm like, I'm never less proud of myself than when I'm like scurrying around my bed so I can like look at my notifications.
I know. Well, and I think the music video, she has like a real manic energy that's very like ugly. And I think that is what she's trying to talk about in the song. I don't know, but it also is like, yeah, even when we're reading like the fucking news and shit, which is better than being on social media, which is where so much real news is, which is a disaster now. But like it is like, yeah, like how much of our life are we like, I don't know. I'm like deeply, deeply concerned with the addiction to phones and screens. I like for myself as well. And I'm trying so hard to be like less, but it is like, that shit's deep.
You know what helps with that?
Huh. The brick. Yeah, sell it. Get an ad partner, brick. Yeah, we're interested.
I've never really advocated for anything. Maybe either the brick or this bag that I feel like the bag's been a real star of the situation.
What do you go on when you first wake? Like, what is your first instinct to try to hop on when you open your phone?
Normally it's Instagram. That's why I had to brick it. That's why I had to brick it. That's why I had to shut it off.
That's why I had to brick it.
I had to brick
it down now. Yeah. Wait, do you?
So I had to brick it. Brick it down now. Brick it down now. Brick it down.
Do you?
So I had to brick it.
Remember what happened to Facebook?
Yes.
We stopped using it. What made it get not like because that sometimes gives me hope that it got not addictive anymore.
No, but it's just a new thing arises. That's the only thing that made Facebook relevant. And also Facebook is relevant like all around the world. And also in cities that like aren't that cool. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother lives in a city in Pennsylvania that's not that fly but really affordable houses.
Name it.
No, because I don't want to disrespect the people of that community.
That makes sense.
But it is like, it's just a city with not that much shit
and they're on Facebook.
And everybody's on Facebook. That's like where like a lot of shit is popping and like Facebook, but it's just not cool anymore. And I feel like eventually that will happen with Instagram. Eventually that will happen with TikTok. Like it just takes a certain amount of time. But like, I hope that there'll be a time where like we all just kind of collectively are like, we got to get off this, but I don't see it happening. I don't think this like genie goes back in the bottle. What a crazy podcast. This has been, I really
this has been a normal day for me. This is the shit I'm talking about.
It's just like, I don't legitimately, there's never been an episode like this before. There's never been, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it is really like a one of one in terms of like, it's been very non-linear. We bounced around in a bunch of different places. Right up top, we got into Jonathan Major's abuse scandal and a rape guy we know. And then we kind of got into, Also, I saw Molly really like go in on this man.
Yeah, if you're watching, we know and we talk.
Yeah, Molly really went in on this man one time.
Which is big for Malls.
Yeah. But
Malls keeps it goofier than me. I'd say Molly and I are really similar, except like Molly is a little sweeter.
Yeah. Molly is a real sweetheart.
Molly's the biggest sweetie ever.
Yeah.
Molly's that type of person where it's like, if they weren't non-binary, like it's one of those things where I think people like expect them to speak up on so much stuff because they're non-binary. And it's like, they really are supposed to just be being like, oh, like my uncle farted or whatever. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be like, brother. Yeah, brother. Yeah. No, like, I mean, there's one of my favorite people, but same. I hate that I made it so bouncy because I didn't get my workout in.
It's okay. This happens just like in general, like I also have ADD. So like a lot of times it like bounces around to a bunch of stuff, but I think this is maybe bounced around in the most varying directions. And also like you also are a person who sometimes will have people who bring silly lyrics, which is like that's the foundation of the pod is silly lyrics.
I don't listen to that.
But it's and respect. And then sometimes we'll have people who come like you and they'll just bring like earnest lyrics. Lisa Traeger was also like this.
Love.
Where it's just like, oh yeah, this is just a song that I really like and it resonates with me. And so then it's like, it's been so funny, but none of the funny stuff has been the music stuff. And then we got into the lyric stuff and it's just been like a somber reflection on like our relationship with our phones and the internet age. And I'm just like, this section of the podcast, this last like 10 minutes, we could have did this on NPR.
I think it feels pressing.
No, I don't think you're wrong at all.
I'm like, and I think it feels so pressing in the comedy world. Like, I'm like, but I'm sorry that I hope if you're listening, the next one's going to be a fucking giggle fest. But I'm like, I do think because comedy, I think, is immensely important right now. I really do think that because billionaires aren't in charge of us getting on stage. But I really feel like we have to get off. So I'm definitely leaning towards that. But people, I really understand when they disagree. So I'm glad. Thank you for talking about with me.
I wish I didn't have to do it. You know what I mean? Like that's like I really wish. I was talking to them. We were having a meeting before, and I was just like, oh man, it would have been so fly if we were just like 10 years older. If I was 10 years older and I would have came off of doing a couple seasons off of SNL in 2015 instead of 2025, I wouldn't have to do none of this. Or maybe I would have started a podcast, but it would have been audio only. I wouldn't have had to think about what my outfit was.
I know. I mean, I talk about this Sereni a lot because they're like, you know Sereni Versacra?
Yeah, I know Sereni.
And anyways, because
I've never said Sereni's last name, so thank you for saying it.
Yeah, of course. I'm like, let's run it back. No, I got it. Yeah. I think that we were talking about this a lot too because they're like, I have to, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think that I'm going to try really, really hard to do it less, but I completely agree. I just think we have to like be creative about like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like people get mad at me a lot and it's like for things I won't do on there. Yeah. But it's like, whatever. I don't have the solution. All I'm saying is I feel you and I hope that we can keep being creative. We got to find something. Yes, because it is not, I don't think it is sustainable.
I mean, that's been kind of what I'm trying to do with the brick. Shout out. I mean, people are going to buy bricks off of this.
People and sponsor, seriously.
Whatever. Yes, Brick, if you're listening,
you know what to
do. Give us a bag, please. But I feel like the new thing I'm going to try to do is Brick at the end of the night. So I'm not like on it late night. And then like when I wake up in the morning, get up and do like whatever I got to do on the socials, post that shit, do whatever shit I got to engage with, and then get off for the rest of the day. Yes. I'm trying to do like a half hour or less on there every day. Cause also I feel like what'll fuck you up is like you might get on there to do some work shit. You might get on there to be like, oh yeah, I need to post about these shows I'm doing. Oh, I gotta like, I need to respond about this thing. I need to do this show. And then next thing you know, it's a delicious sandwich and a big titty lady. And you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna.
I'm literally so fucking dead because I thought you were gonna say like it's an ice video or something, and then you're like next thing you know I'm looking at Tickle Bitties and I'm like,
well that's the fucked thing is it'll be like, oh, look at this local pizza place who's like doing this new recipe, and then it'll be like, oh, look at this fucking baddie Dominican woman, and then it'll be like, oh yeah, yesterday this lady got shot in her head in the car, and then the next video will be like, oh, look at this Michael Jordan interview,
and the next one will be like, your friends are at the Golden Globes. Like I know,
and it's just like,
No, I know. That's where I can't do it anymore. But I do think it's a great area of like that it does good stuff. Yeah. I just think we're moving past it. We learned a lot of information, and I think us as artists, we're gonna think about it.
Go somewhere else.
I think we're going to. I mean, like I did one post, sold out these shows in Pennsylvania. I know I can't do that in a lot of places, but I'm like,
respect.
I think I think also like running shows is how people used to get people. So if you're in one city and people know your show, it's like, we're not the only people feeling this. Mitski's feeling it. Her fan base is feeling it. That's huge. I have a question though, because I'm feeling really insecure that my podcast was different. Is really a stretch.
I'm not saying it's worse.
But most of the time I'm secure.
You sure?
No. So what I want to know is, what silly music should I listen to?
That's a great question.
What's the last silly song that really got you? Because I listen to music all the time, more than watch TV or movies.
What is?
No, Caleb likes his silly country.
Yes,
I'm trying to.
I'm trying. Well, because it's like. I don't know if you'll like the silly music I'm gonna recommend.
You don't know that.
Just based off of.
I really like music from every genre.
Okay.
I really, really do. I tried to bring art, like, because in the list that were like ones where I know their whole discography.
I'm trying to see who else you brought a lot of. It's Mitski.
I said Mitski, Fiona Apple, and Dijon were the ones that I sent her. And then I also sent, have you ever heard of the album Life Without Buildings?
Okay, so I had never heard of it, but I saw that you put it on there, so I listened to it. Because
one of the songs got really famous on TikTok recently, but it's like having a new wave. And I'm like, I used to listen to it all the time, and theirs are kind of like, I don't know, an album that's like popular and then you never hear from the band again. That does something to me.
I do.
You hated it.
No, I know exactly. Oh, the music was not for me, no.
Yeah.
It was.
Lean over if anyone's listening.
It was not for me, but I do know exactly what you mean. When somebody puts out like a classic, I feel like that's really like, that's chic to put out like, it's like, I'm sure it probably sucked for them to put out one banger and then like not get another one. But like, I'm always
No, they didn't put out any other music.
They just stopped.
They stopped.
What are they?
Isn't that kind of like Lauryn Hill did? Didn't she have like her one big album and it was like the best ever?
She had like a crazy one.
It was the best ever. It's like the best ever.
It's the first album, all-time classic.
Yes.
And then she was just, I'd imagine.
Obviously, I'm like Life Without Buildings is kind of like Lauryn Hill. Not at all. I'm just saying more like it. I think it was, they were like, that's it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think funny artists to like give you. I think
I can listen to your podcast.
Normally I like base the pod around like what my guests want to talk about because I want them to like feel excited about the lyrics we're talking about. The early version of this was me bringing lyrics to talk about that I liked, but then I would bring a lyric and I would say something, and the guest, if they didn't know about it, they'd be like, "Yeah, it's pretty funny." They'd be like, "Yeah, that's." Okay,
I wish I told you to bring one too, because now I'm curious.
I do have one. I have one that I've been thinking about because I just found out about it.
Tell me.
It's a song from this Detroit rapper. Detroit rap is very funny.
Say the name.
Detroit rappers are like, this guy, I just learned about this song. It's called Book Bag. Okay. And I don't know, this will resonate probably just with Chris or just like people who watch basketball in general.
Okay, because I was like, I use a book bag most days. Don't piss me off.
the lyric.
What's the artist?
His name's, just type in Book Bag.
Yeah.
I'll just type in Book Bag on the guy's name's his name's Big K Beezy.
There's like type in Book Bag. I'm like, there's a lot of book bags coming up.
No, that's fair. His name's Big K Beezy. Most of the song's not funny, but he's mostly talking about like robbing somebody and like fucking him up. Mm-hmm. But this bar that really caught me was he goes, "I'll go through his wallet and all of his merch. Fuck what you call it. I call it some work. And I'm constantly balling like Karis LeVert."
I don't know.
I know, and I knew this wasn't going to resonate. No, but it's just a guy. It's just like some guy who's a basketball player. He's not like, I love when dudes reference like an obscure guy. Like he's a guy. He's like fine or whatever, but like nobody's being like, "Oh, I can't wait to go to the game to see what Karis LeVert does." Karis LeVert's about to go crazy against my favorite team.
I'm excited to know a new artist though.
Yeah, I don't know any of this man's other songs, but that line really caught me. And if you watch basketball, I do. Karis LeVert is really such a funny guy to reference. I'm constantly balling like Karis LeVert.
Because he's not that good.
I mean, he's good enough to be in the NBA, so he's probably one of the best basketball players in the world. But as compared to the other guys who are the best guys in the world, he's lower tier.
Do you have like a team that you love?
I'm a San Antonio Spurs fan.
Go Spurs.
Go Spurs, for real. Go Spurs, go. I'm really trying to get...
Spurs, go.
If anybody's listening and is attached to the Spurs, I'm trying to be their guy who sits courtside because they don't really got that. Selena Gomez was going to the games for a minute, but she got other shit going on now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you know
like dating Benny Blanco?
Exactly. So she
married.
She don't be in San Antonio like that. And neither do I. But I would, if I could get locked in with the team, I'm trying to make videos. I want to be the guy who's associated with like.
You want to do social media management for the Spurs?
Not management, but I want to pop up in the vids. I want to pop up in the vids with the players, and I want to do little funny bits. I want this bad. So if y'all know anybody,
like you can make that happen.
I think so too, but I don't have the right channels.
You should get one of them on this.
The Spurs.
One player. Don't they feel like shit like this? I don't know enough about sports. I had to do a show in Philly the other night, and it was like, what's their team? Eagles. But that's a different sport.
Football.
But they like were in the middle of a game, and I walked out and I was like, oh, my fans won't care. And then I immediately like did a joke about it, and all of them were like, they like cared, and they all agreed on. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I tackled down, you know. I was like, this is like, I didn't expect it.
Philly's one of those cities where it's like, even if you're not into sports, like you know what's going on with the Eagles. Like that, Philly like
it's cultural.
If you live in Philadelphia, like regardless of if you like follow other sports, like you fuck with the Birds. All right, we're about to get into a voicemail. Let's see what's going on.
Hello, my name is Erin. Devon, I'm calling because I'm sick and tired of you only picking lyrics that are lame. Let's get some sentimentality on this fucking podcast.
What mentality?
Robbie Hoffman brought a lot to the table. Only picking lyrics that are lame.
Also, pause real quick. Hey, I'll talk about whatever lyrics I goddamn well choose, all right? This is my show, and it's a show about silly shit.
She also, though, like, kind of giggled, so she might be flirting.
No, well.
She was like, your lyrics are lame.
From the top. Let's
from the top. Let's really get to know her.
Hello, my name is Erin. Devon, I'm calling because I'm sick and tired of you only picking lyrics that are lame. Let's get some sentimentality on this fucking podcast.
Whoa.
Robbie Hoffman brought a lot to the table. Okay, and I'm just trying to reflect the type of sincerity that she brought to the table after just listening to an episode where it was yet again another Travis Scott lyric. Okay,
I can't believe
I'm gonna bring.
She's like pissed at you, but it's so funny because she's a fan. So it's like so funny that she's like calling to be mean.
You know what I'm realizing?
You got a lot more coming, by the way.
There's
just letting it breathe
more?
so you could respond. Oh, yeah, we got another. We're at 33 seconds. We got 120 left.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if I can do it. Okay.
You know what I'll say about this that I'm realizing as I'm listening to it? Is she is mad about the voicemails that we choose. That's what she's talking about, because there's been a couple different Travis Scott ones, and she's like, why are you picking the lame ones? You need to pick that's what I think she's talking about.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
But I don't know her well.
Yeah,
Erin, let's go.
Erin's not, I'm not familiar.
Some Joni Mitchell. Ever heard of her? Took her shit off of Spotify. That makes one of us.
What the fuck?
Yo! Joni Mitchell has a really incredible song called A Case of You, which is like the best love song of all time. Probably about loving a man, which is why it's so sad. Okay, the first lyrics of the song are, just before our love got lost, you said, I am as constant as a northern star. And I said, constantly in the darkness, where's that at? If you want me, I'll be in the bar. Like, what? That's amazing. And so sad. I'll give you another one. Like I said, we got to even it out. Too many Travis Scott lyrics.
That's fair.
So let me give you another one. I met a woman. She had a mouth like yours. She knew your life. She knew your devils and your deeds. And she said, go to him. Stay with him if you can. But be prepared to bleed. And this one goes out to fucking Joni Mitchell, who somehow was able to describe what it is like to be a heterosexual woman in this day and age. Now, and also in the past. Okay. Thanks, Devon. I fucking love your podcast. So sorry for the aggression. Okay,
She
bye.
apologized.
Well, honestly, do we take these off now?
Yeah, you can take them off.
How about you say your thoughts first, and then I'll talk on Erin.
I think she originally at the top, I was like, who are you talking to like this? You in my house, lower your voice.
Literally.
That was the first feeling that I had. I was just like, why are you speaking at that?
You were like, put her in the trunk.
Come on. If this table wasn't so long, I'd dap you up right now. But it's far.
We can't do it.
Just hold on.
I gotta show these little My hands got really red in the cold. I was embarrassed anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Also, never mind. We don't even have time to talk about you being late, but that's a whole. We don't even have time
canceled?
We don't have time for it. You're right.
What, you get a big job?
You're right. I booked an acting gig, and I had to go to Chicago for a little bit. It's still under wraps.
Is
I can't
it?
talk about it yet.
Tell me after.
Yeah, I'll talk about it.
Movie star.
Yeah, I'm available for hire if anybody works. If you talk to the people at Overcompensating. There's only one black guy in it, and he's only kind of in it.
Courtzion. We'll be seeing more of him this season, I believe.
Imagine if there was two though.
Can you imagine?
Think about that.
That could be huge.
Maybe talk to
Mary
Beth, Benito.
Benito, you know what to do.
Let's get a second. Let's get a second man in his 30s who's playing.
Let's come on.
Who's playing? Because
Courtzion's not.
He's not 30?
No, because a lot of them are younger.
He seems baby.
I'm going back 42. Here's what I'll say is Erin, I was like, that's really bold. I think she was definitely a little bit, right? A little high.
Of course.
But it is cute that she was actually a fan in the end.
Yeah.
And I kind of think this was the perfect episode for that to happen on, because even though I wouldn't have spoken to you like that, it was some people are obviously like, because it's really fun to talk about lyrics with friends. And it probably is like occasionally they want to hear what you think about sensitive ones. They wanted to know how you feel. Like, what is your, because the first song that I know we have to go, but like the first one I was going to bring up was Pink in the Night by Mitski, because that was the one that is like, for me, my most like yearning, painful heartbreak that I would just like cry. Do you have like a yearning type of song that you listen to so much?
Oh my God. A yearning song?
Like, or like a yearning, or like right when a break, like the kind of song that like Mitski makes me feel, but she's not yours.
I feel like
like heartbreak yearning, you know?
Yeah, I feel like Frank is really good for that. I feel like Frank Ocean is like, I feel like a real kind of yearning song, but it's like yearning like backward. It's like saying goodbye to somebody.
Yes.
Is his song Godspeed. Do you know us?
I'm
wishing Godspeed.
Oh, I mean, I love all of his so much.
It's incredible, and it really makes me feel so much. One time during the pandemic, I was riding my bike around a bunch, and I was listening to that song while the sun was setting, and I had to stop and pull off to the side. And I'm sure it wasn't because I'd spent 9 straight days alone. I'm sure it's just because the music hit me in a certain spot, you know. But yeah, that song to me is so beautiful, so much so that like I can't listen to it all the time because it makes me like you feel really big.
Yeah.
Yeah. But back to the voicemail with what was her homegirl's name?
Erin.
Erin.
Forgot your name.
At first. So we don't know each other. But thank you for listening. At first, I thought that you were mad at me. Then I realized you're mad at the lyrics that other people are bringing in. Like, I think that's what it is. And then when we got midway through it, I was just like, well, you're just looking for companionship. You know what I'm saying?
You just want to talk about Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, it's just like you're not
we
even.
We love Joni.
You know how sometimes sometimes you're with somebody, you get in a fight, and you're like, oh, the fight's not even about the thing that the fight is about.
Totally. Like, can you like hang out?
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, it's not even really about. That's what this is.
You're
aiming it over there, but it's really just like. Somebody hurt you, Aaron. Somebody hurt you, Aaron, but we won't do that.
It wasn't us.
Not here on My Favorite Lyrics.
Never on My Favorite Lyrics.
How about you watch your tone next time you call in? How about you talk to me correctly?
I don't think Joni would speak like that.
You feel me? Joni wouldn't speak like that. I'm not him. I'm not whatever he did. You know what I'm saying? You talking to me like I'm him. I'm Devon. I'm not fucking
whoever you're mad
Conrad
at.
Or whoever you're upset with.
Conrad.
That
pissed you off. We know Conrad left you in the rain alone.
I didn't do none of that, so
yeah.
Maybe switch that tone up next time you call in, Aaron.
And to give Aaron one last little bit of empathy, I can't imagine being a heterosexual woman right now.
Sure.
I don't even know if music could save me at that point.
Challenging times.
Yeah.
I hear stories about.
Wouldn't pick it.
You know what I'll say though? You know what I'll say just as a final. We do have to go, but like
I know, having fun with me, can't leave.
You know what I'll say though is like I think I really until like Alex English, one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And until I like made friends with him and really saw what the inner workings of the gay man community looked like. I think so much gets put on straight men, but I think actually the issue is men just kind of overall, where it's like
Peter Thiel.
When you see the way that
I'm dead ass. Gay men are really doing some real damage.
It's crazy. They're moving so crazy in a way. I feel like
I'm scared of straight men in the streets. I'm scared of gay men in business.
And with that, Holmes, thank you so much. This has been an incredible one-on-one episode. I appreciate you so much. Is there anything you'd like to plug for the people before we get out of here?
I want to say thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry I didn't have a workout, so my energy was a little bit more intense than normal. And I would like to plug Devon's fucking lives on Tuesday. So hop on in so he doesn't, jump off a bridge or something.
Please. And I might, if I get on a live again and I see it's 7 people, I'm gonna do something rash. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? I'll do something. It sucks. I've had my career's going pretty good overall.
You're doing amazing.
I'm doing fine. And I get in there, you get in there and you see a 1-digit number, it makes you rethink some things.
Of course.
I'll tell you that.
I really understand. When I sell out my own show and then no one's laughing, I'm like, but you're here for me.
Yeah. So it's like,
I get you.
So why not like me?
But
yeah, every Tuesday, and until I stop wanting to do it.
I love it.
Yeah, Holmes, thank you so much.
I had the best time. Thanks y'all for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
My Favorite Lyrics is a production by Disco Nap. If you guys like what you hear, leave a review and tell a homie about the show. And make sure to follow us at My Favorite Lyrics Pod on all social platforms, except for Twitter. We offer that. You can learn more about this week's guest and the My Favorite Lyrics team by checking out the show's notes. And thank you to the guys that made this show happen. Our executive producer, Lauren Mandel, our associate producer, Carmen Carigan, Chris Mueller, who engineered and edited the episode. Shout out to y'all. We'll catch y'all next week.